Hi, so in today's class we will be talking about the new subtechnology of Hadoop, that is Hive. So Hive is dependent upon Hadoop for storage and for processing. So let's talk about Hive. So this is data warehouse for Hadoop. That means you will find tables, rows, columns in Hive, and it also supports SQL based queries. That means you don't need to learn any new syntax. If you are comfortable with basic SQL commands like select star from table, you can very easily work on Hive. But since it is dependent upon Hadoop for storage, that means behind every Hive table there is a text file stored in HDFS. And you know that the files which are stored in HDFS are ultimately splitted into multiple smaller parts, and those multiple smaller parts are distributively stored on multiple machines. Another benefit of using Hive is no need to write a MapReduce program. In Hadoop, we were dealing with text files directly, and to process our text files we had to write MapReduce program. Now writing a MapReduce program is a complex activity, but Hive is giving you the flexibility that now you don't need to write any MapReduce program. You can concentrate on writing your Hive queries, and those queries will be automatically converted into MapReduce job, and that MapReduce job will be ultimately executed on Hadoop cluster. So ultimately, for storage and for processing, Hive is completely dependent upon Hadoop. Now let's explore the architecture of Hive. You can see that we have the technology, or I would say the sub-technology of Hadoop. We have HDFS, that is Hadoop Distributed File System. So for storage purpose, Hive is dependent upon HDFS. That means every Hive table's data is stored on HDFS. Now when you have to fire some query, you will be firing the query on the Hive tables. So we have the client, or you can say the terminal from where you will be submitting the job. You can see that we have a client, and client submit the request, or you can say Hive queries. Now Hive is smart enough to convert those queries into MapReduce job, and you know that MapReduce job needs some input data. That input data is nothing but the data behind your Hive table. So Hive queries will be converted into MapReduce job, and those MapReduce job will be ultimately executed on your HDFS. So this is Hive architecture. Now whatever things we have explored here, we will be doing these things practically. So let me open my Ubuntu. So I am logging into my Ubuntu. Yes, and I have opened Hive shell here. That means we can execute all Hive commands here. And as I told you, Hive supports SQL based queries. That means we can try show tables. Yes, you can see that we have one table with the name employee. Can we check the data from this table? Yes, we can do that. I think the very basic command about SQL is select star from table, that is employee. This will give you the complete data from your table. You can see that. If you want to see or you want to know what are these fields all about, you can use describe or simply DESC table name, that is employee. You can see that this employee table has 4 columns, that is employee ID, first name, salary and department. So as per this table, 101 is the employee ID, Neeraj is the first name of the employee, 15,000 is the salary and IT is the department. And similarly for other rows. Now I was telling you, like, behind every Hive table there is a text file. So where exactly is that? So I will show you that thing. As you know that we can browse our HDFS data from the browser, so I will be opening the Mozilla Firefox on my Ubuntu and I will show you the file behind this Hive table. Okay, so we will click on browse the file system. You will find a directory with the name user, the last one. You can click on this. You will find a directory Hive, that's right. Inside that warehouse, yes, and inside warehouse you will find a directory with the same name as your table name. You can see that, employee. Inside this you will find a file which is ultimately, so you can see this file, and if I will click on this you will see the data behind my table. So you can see this. Let me zoom in so that you can have a closer look. Yes, you can see that 101, then tab, nearest, tab, 15,000, tab, IT. So basically Hive is something which is making this structured data looks like a table. Behind every table there is a text file, and whenever you fire any query on your table, that query is ultimately converted into a MapReduce job and ultimately processing this input file. If you want, I can show you some more queries. Let me change the query. I will make it like select star from employee where department is equal to IT. So this time this will be displaying only those records for which department is equal to IT. Okay, you can see this very interesting thing. Total MapReduce job is equal to 1, launching job 1 out of 1. So this query has been converted into a MapReduce job, and that MapReduce job is being executed on Hadoop cluster. You can see that just like a MapReduce job, it is displaying the progress. Map 0% reduce 0, then map 100 reduce 0, and ultimately map and reduce both are 100% complete. And now the output is available now. You can see that 101 Neeraj 15,000 IT and 103 Raghu 17,000 IT. These are two records for which department is equal to IT. So this is about Hive, which is very interesting technology which gives you the flexibility that you can deal with any size of data and you can simply concentrate on writing the queries. How the queries will be converted and how your big tables will be stored on HDFS, you can leave those things to Hadoop. Hadoop will be taking care of that. So that's all for this class. Thank you.